Today, we will discuss the essential measures that the Philippines must take to defend itself. As an archipelago with vast territorial waters, it is crucial for us to secure our nation. First and foremost, we must bolster our naval capabilities. With over 7,000 islands, the Philippines relies heavily on maritime trade and resources. Strengthening our fleet will enable us to protect our waters and prevent any unauthorized intrusions. Secondly, investing in a robust air defense system is paramount. Our airspace must be safeguarded from any potential threats. With the advancement of military technology, it is imperative that we have the means to monitor our skies and quickly respond to any breaches. Next, we need to enhance our intelligence gathering capabilities. Gathering accurate and real-time information is essential for effective defense planning. By strengthening our intelligence network, we can stay one step ahead of potential adversaries and protect our national interests. Moreover, we must prioritize the development of our cyber defense capabilities. In the digital age, threats can come from anywhere, and our critical infrastructure must be safeguarded. Investing in cybersecurity measures will ensure the protection of our government systems and sensitive information. Lastly, we must work towards forging strong strategic partnerships with our allies. Defense cooperation and joint military exercises can help enhance our capabilities and provide us with much-needed support during times of crisis. Securing the archipelago is a collective effort that requires the commitment of every Filipino. By implementing these essential measures, we can ensure the safety and security of our beloved nation. Together, let us defend the Philippines and create a brighter future for all. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.
The Philippines is strategically located in Southeast Asia, at the fault line between Communist China and the democratic nations of the Americas and Europe. In the north is East Asia, full of wealthy market democracies in increasing conflict with China. To the southwest are countries seeking to defend their exclusive economic zones from China, including Indonesia, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. As China's power grows, the fault line is widening, and trying to straddle the middle will only result in our falling into the chasm. The Philippines must choose a side, subservience to China, or join a coalition of the willing in defense of each country's independence and democracy from the Chinese hegemon. The Philippines has yet to take advantage of its full potential and has become economically poor and militarily weak, primarily due to corruption, internal armed struggle, and its growing relationship with China. For the Philippines to avoid being a satellite of China, this is what we must do. The Philippines must build strong armed forces. For decades the Philippines neglected strengthening its military and external defense capability. First, it was overly dependent on the United States for its external defense. After the Second World War, the Philippines was given independence by the United States, with which it continued to be a primary regional ally, and received development and military aid from the United States. This dependence on the United States for its military development was one of the reasons for the negligence of its own national defense capabilities. A second reason for the Philippines' neglect of its defense capabilities is economic incapacity. This started under former Philippine strongman Ferdinand Marcos. In the 1950s and early 1960s, the Philippine economy ranked as the second most progressive in Asia, next to that of Japan. After 1965, when Ferdinand E. Marcos became president, the nation experienced economic problems and social unrest, especially from the 1970s, when corruption and cronyism, the practice of appointing friends to well-paid posts regardless of their qualifications, took hold. In less than 20 years, the Philippines went from relative prosperity to becoming the sick man of Asia. 1. As it plunged into poverty, the next Philippine administration prioritized socio-economic upliftment for the people, and military development was neglected. Government revenues decreased, with little available for defense spending. Third is the insurgency. For decades, the Philippines has been preoccupied with internal armed struggle with the Communist Party of the Philippines, CPP, and its armed component, the New People's Army, NPA. There is also the Muslim rebellion in the southern Philippines. These rebellions compel the government to focus on quelling internal armed struggle rather than acquiring the kinds of weapons necessary for external defense. Finally, there is laxity on national defense against neighbor countries brought by the nations banking on the existing cordial relationship with its neighbors, a view proving to be totally wrong when a nation treated as a friend, China, seized Scarborough Shoal in 2012, some maritime features in the Spratly Islands, and prevented the Philippines from exploring mineral resources in the Reed Bank. Philippines must take a stance against Qin is an ancient empire, born of conquest and bloodshed. They previously called their country Zhonghua or Middle Kingdom, believing that they were in the middle of the world. On the evidence, they apparently continue to feel this way. Their expansionist territorial claims are many. In December 1947, China adopted a claim using the 9-dash line map, 2 sketched dashes in a U-shape that surround the South China Sea. In 1962, China's People's Liberation Army invaded India in the Himalayas. In 1979, China invaded Vietnam. In 1988, China attacked Vietnamese forces on Johnson South Reef. China also claims the Senkaku Islands of Japan, has had a standoff with Indonesia in Natuna waters on March 2016, and threatens to use military force to take Taiwan. China is fast expanding its military. Speaking at the 19th National Congress of the Communist Party of China, President Xi Jinping pledged to ensure that by 2020, the People's Liberation Army, PLA, would basically achieve its mechanization, make big strides in informatization, and gain substantial improvement in strategic capabilities. He also set a midterm goal for the Chinese military, to turn itself into a modernized power by 2035, as well as a long-term one, to become a top-tier military by 2050. 3. According to a Pentagon report, China continues to modernize its armed forces in order to transform its military into a major global power, and uses espionage to steal cutting-edge technology for military purposes. The report also details the growth in China's defense budget and military capabilities, saying, China's defense budget has nearly doubled during the past 10 years. 4. Though Chinese authorities deny their ambition for world dominance, the rest of the world can easily read their plan. Aside from expanding its military might, one unique attribute of this empire is its economic master plan. Central to this is the One Belt, One Road initiative. It's a staggeringly massive development project spanning dozens of countries, the most ambitious global engineering endeavor the world has seen since the Roman Empire. The Overland Belt entails highways, railways, and all their supporting infrastructure, including power and the internet, across multiple land routes from western China through Central Asia to the Middle East and Europe. The maritime road part consists of new ports, ships, and sea routes from southern China across the Indian Ocean to Africa and through the Mediterranean Sea to Europe.